GM. I think hello everyone. Welcome to today's space event. Listen line. Let me double check our speakers connection. I believe we saw Nimble's accounts over here, and we're still waiting for our speakers to officially joining us on the stage. And let me also check the microphone connections for our other speakers over here. Hello, Jennifer. Can you hear me?
Yes, sound and clear.
Perfect. And GM Asa, can you hear me?
Yep. Could you hear me?
Yes.
Great to see you again.
Nice. And I also see we have representative from Nimble, Alex over here. Hi, Alex. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Can you hear me, guys?
Nice. Perfect. Thank you so much. And hello, everyone. I'm Moonlight. I will be your host at today's space event. Welcome to today's AMA session. On the topic, we are going to learn about IONet's decentralized GPU network and scaling AI with DePIN. We're excited to have all of you here today. We got great lineup of speakers who are pushing the boundaries of AI and decentralized infrastructure. Today, I am joined by some amazing guest speakers, including Asa, the alpha head at IO.net, Alex, head of marketing at Nimble, and Jennifer, VP at Hashkey Global. Feel free to drop your questions in the chat, everyone, and we are going to get as many as we can. We will start with a few prepared questions, and of course, we will have our speakers introduce themselves and their projects, and then we're going to dive into the audience questions. Let's get started. First, we would like to invite Asa to introduce yourself and your project to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Moonlight. It's great to be here and to be with all the friends. Actually, all the partners speaking on stage, and many of you off stage are already partners in the IO ecosystem. So it's great to see everyone. My name is Asa. I'm the APAC head at IO.net. I manage our relationships and growth in the Asia Pacific region. And IONet is currently, I believe, the world's largest decentralized GPU network. We have thousands and tens of thousands of enterprise GPUs. We aggregated and connected from independent data centers, from crypto mining farms, and also from retail laptops and stuff. And we use the computing power to provide and power frontier AI applications. Gaming and rendering and even ZK applications, any workload that is compute and GPU intensive. We believe this is a great market and great opening because the world is currently in this GPU shortage, and we need the decentralized solution. We need to source as many idle GPUs as possible from across the world to satisfy the growing needs of AI. And so that's what we are working on, and excited to talk about that more today in the space.
Nice. Thank you so much, Asa, for the introduction. And we are going to bring microphone to Alex, head of marketing at Nimble. So also introduce yourself and the project Nimble to us. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey guys, great to be here. Asa, it's been a while since we met in Korea in Seoul for Korea Blockchain Week. So great to have you along with us. Yeah, guys, representing Nimble, we're open AI platform. You probably very familiar with us in that sense that we want to make AI development as easy as possible for developers through our tooling, through the decentralized GPU network that we have as well, and just make it easy to build, own, and monetize AI agents. So super excited to be here, and I'll happy to answer all the questions.
That is nice. Thank you so much, Alex, for the intro. Following that, we'd like to bring microphone to Jennifer, our VP at Hashkey Global, to introduce yourself and introducing Hashkey to us. Thank you.
Oh, hi guys. This is Jennifer. Good to meet you guys here again, and good to see you, Moonlight. Love you so much. So I'm the head of business development of Hashkey Group and Hashkey Global. So if you guys have anything, a suggestion, and potential like partnership and stuff, right? You can always go to my Twitter and leave your comment. Okay, I will reach out each of you to discuss more. And this is something that I can promise you. So Hashkey Global, we are licensed exchange. Yeah, we serve the user from global, and we're going to license from Bermuda. And we do derivative tradings, and we have spot tradings, and we're running launch pool, launch projects, and launch pad and stuff as well. So there's a lot of stuff, right, new stuff like that going on, and we're gonna add a lot of new features as well. So just stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jennifer, and so exciting that we are going to learn a lot more about the three projects with our three speakers over here. The first discussion topic is to Asa. For the audience who are not really familiar with the IO.net, can you give us more overview of what IO.net is doing and the mission of it? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Moonlight. Yeah, so I believe I have talked a little bit about that in the intro, but if we kind of zoom out and look at the bigger picture, what we are living with is probably a 10-year long supply crunch of GPUs, right? On one side, you only have one NVIDIA, you only have one TSMC that's like popping out all the GPUs in the world. On the other side, we have thousands, if not millions, of AI startups, of models, of like verticalized models in each of the industries, not just the GPTs and the llamas of the world. And all of them will need a lot of GPU power to develop, to trial and error, and to iterate their product. So this is an extremely supply squeezed market. That's why we are seeing NVIDIA stock going up so high, like over the last 2 years. And that problem is not going away anytime soon. So that's where we believe is one of the most exciting opportunity for decentralization, for blockchain to come in, where we no longer rely on AWS and GCP and for them to just charge however much they want for their GPUs, but rather we use this decentralized coordination, this economic network coordinated by the IO token, where the suppliers, if they have extra supply, if you are independent small data center based in Malaysia, you otherwise wouldn't have access to a global customer base and a global brand like us. So, but now you can simply plug your machines into the network. You can start making IO rewards, and at the same time, your machine is made available to anyone who logs in net and anywhere in the world. But I believe that is like very interesting, exciting opportunity we are serving. And on the other hand, it's also equally exciting for the demand side because there's just so many underserved regions and industries there, right? Like crypto, it's hard to get approval for a GCP machine if you're a crypto company. And for example, I talked to our partners in Korea, and they said like the entirety of Korea doesn't have a single piece of H100. I don't know how true that is or if that's an exaggeration, but it definitely speaks to the geographical imbalance of GPU supply. And there's like just so many markets that the centralized forces cannot or do not want to serve. And I think that's where it's like the decentralization is exciting for both ends. We are connecting the underserved supply to the underserved demands, and that way we are making the entire AI market and GPU market more efficient. Yeah, I think that's like a high level mission or high level business opportunity that we are serving.
Thank you so much, Asa. Always helpful to start with a bigger picture from IONET, and sounds like a game changer, right? Especially today's rapidly evolving AI landscape. And we also like to go to our second discussion topic. And this question is designed to both Asa and Alex. What are the biggest challenges developers face today with AI model deployment, and what tools or approaches are emerging to help overcome these obstacles? Well, Asa, do you need to take a break and let Alex to answer this question first? Thank you.
Yeah, if you don't mind, go for it, Alex.
Uh-huh. Yes, Alex. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's quite a few challenges for developers these days. With AI model deployment, um, like they're just so large in scale. But I think one of them is definitely complexity of infrastructure. Uh, you need to be as easy as possible to deploy them, right? And with Nimble, you got the AI notebook, and once that's launching in a week or two, then everybody can just start building these AI agents as easy as possible. We're even gonna have this way to fork some kind of frameworks for AI agents that you can then kind of build on top. So it's an even composable AI agent, so to speak, right? Then another challenge I see is definitely low latency performance and scalability. With networks like ours or the IONET, then that it makes sense to tap into like the vast network of GPUs, right? We have over 1 million GPUs active on the network, pinging daily through the proof of commitment, and that just shows that in terms of scalability, once you deploy one AI agent, that becomes more complex, and you deploy a lot more, right? You are able to sustain a network in a stable way. So yeah, that's kind of where I see it. Asa, feel free to add on to anything.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So here goes to Asa. Definitely would like to know what challenges that you think the developers are actually facing right now. Thank you.
Yes, definitely. Actually, if you don't mind, Moonlight, let me combine the second and the third question together. Yeah, like the third question would be asking for what is IONET, like what is IONET's advantage over AWS or GCP? Yeah, our long-term goal is, of course, like to rival or to provide the same level of service as the existing incumbents. But that would be a long engineering feat, and that's something that's going to take time. But I believe what we are uniquely positioned to offer value relative to AWS and GCP is about flexibility. So let me share a story, right? We were in advanced negotiations with GCP like a few months ago, and they were able to offer us like really attractive pricing on their H100. It's like $2 per hour or something. That's like really good in the H100 market. But the condition is, if we want to get that level of pricing, we have to give them more than $3 million in cash, like to lock in a 3-year contract in order to get that price. And if we want to just like pay month by month, or if we are like a startup and we're not sure how much GPUs we're going to use, we just want to start small and see how it scales, that the price will immediately go up to something more akin to like $4 per hour. So it's like twice more expensive than the lowest discounted price. And that's something I believe is causing the biggest block and causing the biggest problem to some of the smaller size developers. They don't have the cash, they don't have the resources to get the lowest pricing on these big platforms. And that is inhibiting a lot of AI demand. So we are seeing like VCs offering GPUs as a service, all this sort of weird phenomena going up anywhere in the world, especially in Silicon Valley. And that's where I think the flexibility comes in from IONET, where we just allow you to rent the GPU for a week, for a month, or for like the 6 months, and you can pay month by month. You don't have to give us a $3 million initial commitment. And that has been working out greatly for a lot of independent developers, for a lot of early stage AI companies in crypto and in Web2. And that has worked for also a lot of academic partners who are doing some research on AI, and they need like high level enterprise compute. So I believe for now, at least in the foreseeable future, flexibility and accessibility is a very key value proposition in the decentralized network compared to the centralized providers.
Well noted, and thank you so much, Asa, for letting us know about the details, especially combine these two questions together is very smart and very compelling case for decentralization, Asa. And the third question we would like to go over is to Jennifer, our VP at HashKey Global. The question is, we know HashKey Global has been constantly supporting Web3 projects and of course often host our AMA space over here. And how does AI play into HashKey's broader vision for the future of a decentralized web? Thank you.
All right, thank you. Like, so, I mean, if you ask yourself a girl and asking people around, so what is the biggest trend today? So I believe you're gonna get the answer. AI asked the answer anyway, and blockchain asked another answer. So the integration of AI has become the biggest trend since the end of 2023, and driven by the unique potential these two technology have to complement and enhance each other. So AI projects in areas such as like data privacy, security, autonomous agency, and automation and cloud service generative AI applications are emerging as the key contributors to this trend. So, and each of the projects it brings its own distinct like value to strengthen the synergy between the AI and blockchain. So I think that the AI application are really revolutionary and opening a lot of like possibility and like for the decentralized platform as well. And so as a hash key, so we need to embrace these kinds of innovations. This AI driven initiative are expected to drive the substantial advancement in the Web3 ecosystem, significantly expand its capabilities and real world applications as well. So we not just support these AI projects by funding them, but also we need like to bring them to the front to the users. So allow them to explore benefit from these projects and from these technologies, and also allow them to trade as well. I think this is what we're gonna do with this AI project.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. Yes, of course, AI is a part that kind of like already deeply connected with our life, and also Web3 projects, of course, such as Hashi Global, right? Paying attention and then see how AI fit into your Web3 vision. That is amazing. Thank you so much. And especially, yeah, we are looking forward to a new set of possibilities for a lot of different sectors, right? Especially with the kind of support HashKey Global is offering to all the Web3 builders. And following that, we would like to circle back to Asa. Asa is the app head at io.net. The question is, we know the IO token plays a very important role in the whole ecosystem. Could you please explain the utility of the IO token and how it supports the network's decentralized infrastructure, particularly in terms of rewarding GPU suppliers and facilitating transactions within the platform? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for the question, Moonlight. Yeah, like the question itself shows you are already a very familiar and pro in the IO ecosystem. The most important thing is the IO token is used to incentivize suppliers to stay on the network and to be always ready to supply GPUs to people who need it. Yeah, and I believe like I want to make this answer short because that's what people always care about. What exactly is the value of your token? Right? How should I evaluate the potential value of the token? And in the design of IONet, the token would be the value of the token would be proportional to the value of the network, the value of the services that's done on the network. And it works in two mechanisms. The first one is very simple. Any service fee and any revenue generated on the network will be given to a portion of the revenue will be given to buy and burn the token. That's a very classic mechanism. But also more importantly, the token is a security and service level guarantee from the suppliers. Anyone who supplies GPU on the network, they need to stake a certain amount of IO tokens, and they will have to keep their GPUs and servers in good condition. Otherwise, the IO token will be slashed. So you can think of it as like the pool of staked IO token is the total value of the service on the network. It's kind of like an insurance fund. And as more GPUs get into the network, more services gets done, and more suppliers join the network, the value of the IO token should go, the total value, the total amount of IO token staked should go up to guarantee the growing security of the network. Yeah, I think that's like how best to understand the feature, the point of the IO token in the IO ecosystem.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Yes, and certainly shout out to our Hash Global team, right, behind the scenes and prepare a lot of amazing questions to our speakers. So yeah, thank you, Asa, for breaking down. Yeah, it's fascinating to see how IO token functions as more than just a transaction mechanism, right, but also the reward system that incentivize GPU suppliers, and the potential for its utility to evolve over time is definitely a very exciting prospect for the community as well. Following that, we would like to go over to Jennifer, our VP at Hashi Global. And the question is, could you please share some insights into Hashi's collaborations with IO.net and other projects, and how can users benefit from these kind of collaborations? Thank you.
Thank you, Moonlight. This is the best part of the AMA though, because I can sell our campaign. So first of all, our collaboration with IONet brings a range of exciting benefits to the users. First of all, definitely we arrange like a deposit campaign. So where the participants can take the advantage of an exclusive app drop of Hashkey platform as token HSK. For every 50 IO deposit, new users will receive 10 HSK tokens with a maximum cap of 50 HSK per user. So, and this is only available for the first time depositors. And also since the price pool is like 20 grand HSK, so it's a first come first serve. So hope that, the IO, the holders can add faster. And also like beyond that as well. So holding an IO tokens, we also have like a trading campaign for them as well. So this is something that we organize at the moment. And also, I would like to remember you guys. I would like to remind all of you guys that we're running a zero trading fee campaign as for now. So if you would like to trade IO, you can trade on our platform. So this is something that we would love to offer. Thank you.
Perfect. And friends, if you have not registered at Hash Global, be sure to do that, because there are a lot of campaigns ongoing and there will be a lot more to come. The next discussion topic we'd like to go over is for both Asa and Alex, because we know that with AI's demand for computing resources increasing, well, just like Asa mentioned, right? Some countries, they even don't have this kind of resources. And so what role do you believe that partnerships, like the one between both IO.net and Nimble, will play in accelerating these evolution? Thank you so much. And first, let's go over to Asa. Asa is the app head at IO.net. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. So it involves a lot of like technical aspects, right? So let me try to make it simpler by using an analogy. Let's think of GPUs as crude oil, like the oil just coming out of the ground in Saudi Arabia. Right? It's great, it's very valuable, but it's just crude oil. And in order to make it more valuable and actually an integral part of everyone's life, we need to make it into like plastics, we need to make it into petrol, we need to make it into all sorts of oil products that's actually useful to the consumer and to everyone living in the world, right? So that's something I think a lot of the partnerships are important, at least from the IO perspective. What we are supplying are the crude basic GPUs, but we need the services, the model, the developer platform that like Nimble, for example, Nimble is building in order to get closer and to serve the GPUs, the compute power in a way that is closer to the end consumer, the developers, the companies that will end up using the GPUs. So yeah, so I think that's how we think of the partnerships and why think about the global oil industry. there are some thousands and millions of companies doing their part. I think that's what the future AI stack will look like. And each partnership is very important in that supply chain of computing.
Nice. Thank you so much for letting us know about that. And let's go over to Alex, the head of marketing at Nimble. We also like to hear from you as well. Thank you.
Yeah, it definitely echoes what Asa has been saying so far in the AMA, and the more partnerships, the merrier in this case, because that means you can scale with more and more GPUs without prior investment, like massive initial investment, or kind of scaling according to demand, right? Imagine, the once the annual book is live, then there's a lot of demand from developers to actually build these agents, and there's a large number of them on the platforms. And what that does is that means there are a lot of AI tasks to be completed, right? If you think about Chat GPT, when you ask it to summarize an article, that's basically a task. And you want those to be completed as fast as possible, right? You want the fastest inference speeds. So being able to use the order book to kind of match GPU compute power that's needed through the current AI tasks that need to be completed. Having a partner like IONET definitely helps, right, in scaling that on the go and in real time.
Well noted. Thank you so much, Alex, and also Asa for answering the question. Yeah, it's glad to see that both projects are collaborating together and to resolve the issues of computing resources, right? And next, we are going to have another question to Asa, the app head at io.net. The question for you is, could you please share some updates or upcoming development for io.net's product offerings, such as IO Cloud or IO Worker? And what are the next big milestones that we could expect from IO.net? Thank you.
Thank you. That's a very exciting question. I'm glad you answered. I guess I will save some of the more exact numbers until we actually push it. What I want to say is we are razor focused on generating real customer and real revenue for at least for the foreseeable future. And when we hit the milestone, which we are working very hard towards a bigger revenue number, that represents a lot of customers running AI compute, running GPU workload on the platform. We will push another wave of PR, and you guys will hear about it. But that's something we are razor focused on to. And on the technical side, we are constantly improving the product. We are trying to add more features and add more language support and paradigm support. That's just the usual things, right? But probably the next big PR you will hear out of IONET would be our revenue numbers. And and let's stay tuned for that. Probably end of the year or something.
That is just so exciting. Thank you so much. And everyone, be sure to follow all of our speakers and their projects so you will not miss more to come, right? A lot of great news. Thank you so much, Asa, for letting us know about it. And next, we are going to go over to Jennifer, our VP at Hashi Global. Could you share more Hashi Global's key priorities and initiative for Q4, since it's just the beginning of Q4, right? And what are the new features or services that users could look forward to? Also, what are the platform's primary goals for the next quarter as it continue to innovate and expand globally? Thank you.
Oh, this question is really long. Okay, so basically, as we move into the Q4 2024, so I believe that the bull market is coming, or it's already undergoing. Okay, so we can see the price of BTC everywhere, hooray! Okay, I think the users will start to trade actively and deposit a big amount of tokens into exchanges, I think believe that the bull market is coming. So therefore, Hashi Global Exchange, the primary focus is on the XX security, and we're gonna align it with the market trends by listing really high demand projects and enhance the trading experience for our listed assets as well. So on the product side, I heard a lot of complaints on the product side because we are new platform will only like 4 months old. So there's still a lot of like enhancement need to be done. And so I hear people like talking shit behind my back. So if next time you want to talking shit, then you can comment on my tweet. Okay, I will reply to you and make sure that I get the product. The enhancement to be done. And in Q4, we're gonna roll out like a major features update, such as like Launchpad, and also we're gonna like run a lot of like resource on the product development, in such as like we're gonna develop the features like isolated margin trading, and also like to expand the future trading pairs with a higher leverage options. And also user can join our zero trading fee campaign on derivative as for now. And beyond the trading part, I think we're also gonna enhance the fee on and off ramp as well, and in securing the additional license in other regions such as like Dubai, Europe, maybe. So everything is going to happen. And also the listing of like to scale will happen in Q4. So there were so many exciting changes we'll be making Q4. So make sure that you guys can stay tuned and see how they turns out.
That is just amazing. Thank you so much, Jennifer. And it sounds like there's a lot to look forward to in quarter 4 from Hashtag Global, expanding features and continuing to push innovation globally. Very exciting about that. Following on that, we're going to go right back to both Asa and Alex and talk about the ever evolving landscape of Web3 and AI. We'd like to learn about what innovations or breakthroughs do you see as most promising, and how do you see technologies like decentralized compute networks and advanced AI frameworks play a role in this evolution? We would like to first go over to Asa, the app head at io.net. Thank you.
Thank you. That's a very difficult question, honestly, because I guess like a problem with crypto or a problem with crypto narrative is that it always gets ahead of the technical iteration. We always just like prices in 10 years of evolution and then realize, okay, maybe we have gone too far and the price starts dropping. Yeah, I guess that's like the beauty and also the curse of crypto. Yeah, but back to some more concrete things that I'm seeing. I think the most exciting thing would be the utilization of open source models in Web3, and how this open source technology has contributed to like a plethora of smaller developers testing out use cases in verticalized use cases. And one of the projects that I saw that's very interesting to me was they just like feed the documentation, they feed the web page, the Discord chat history and everything about a project into a LLM, and that one becomes like a intelligent gateway into knowing more about the project and its latest updates. That's something that's like has been very helpful to me, because like the biggest struggle is like I look at a project, they have like more than 20 hours worth of reading and back like context material for me to go through before I can say, okay, I know something about this project. I guess that's a product, that's like a innovation that I personally find very interesting. Yeah, but like zooming out, that would be the the democratization and the openness of the base level, some of the open source base level models that enabled smaller scale, smaller teams and smaller developers to experiment on AI innovations, and also the existence of IO and other decentralized computing provider that could be that empowers them, gives them the GPU they need to run the experiment they would want to run. That's something I like the most so far. Yeah.
That is very nice. Thank you so much, Asa. And then we would like to go over to Alex. Alex, head of marketing at Nimble. I'd like to hear from your side as well. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to talk about, right? Of course, the obvious one is the decentralized compute network, but we've already covered that. But apart from that, I want to see with crypto and AI, I want to see AI agents, being fully utilized within the DeFi ecosystem. Let's say, I want us to be able to like solve the privacy issue, or and then the security issue with leaving the AI agents to actually sign transactions for us, just to tell it, hey, bridge from X chain to Y chain, in a pre-omni-chain world, that thesis is still popular enough. And then and to be able to say, hey, swap me Ethereum for Bitcoin, or whatever there might be the case. I think that would definitely kind of make it easier for normies to come in a lot more, right, and have another degree of increased adoption in the short to medium term, because then it would just be easy to kind of, okay, there are much fewer friction points. Say instead of you learning what networks to bridge, right? Learning about, you just know the tokens, and then you just know how to access the agent, and then connect to a wallet, or maybe that could be integrated itself. So this is like the innovation I'm looking for, and then I think with Nimble, that's the thesis, right? Being able to allow developers to build any AI agents for any kind of environments, right? For SocialFi to help your grandma onboard onto Farcaster, or to GameFi, to be able to have non-player characters, right? NPC AI agents that play with you, and then they're decentralized. So that's something I'm really hopeful and super excited about in terms of innovations in AI in crypto.
Nice. Thank you so much, Alex, for sharing your thoughts and also sharing Nimble's plan with us. As AI, whether continue to evolve together, it definitely will be fascinating to see how innovations in these areas shape the future of technology. And it seems like we still have some time, and I see several hands are raising over here. So I am going to go over, but of course, I need to double check that to pick speakers that we think could ask some constructive questions. And if now we also could go over to our, okay, we could also go over to our comment sections over here to see if there are any great questions to ask to our speakers over here. And we will also, yeah, over here, okay, also like to hear, um, okay, here is a question. Okay, so we heard about Hashi Global's Q4 plan, and we also hear Asa talk about IO.net's upcoming plans, right? And also, yeah, some audience also wanted to double check with Alex. Hi, Alex, can you share Nimble's upcoming plans with us as well in terms of, yeah, in the AI and Web3 space? Thank you.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting few months until the end of the year and even beyond that. But step one for us is launch the AI notebook. We're testing it right now, and so it should come out in a week or two. We're very confident about that. We're actually going to announce that, like, a cool redesign to the dashboard, so you can actually see how many GPUs are active in each country, region, in almost real time. So that's going to be cool to see. Apart from that, we have the AI Agent Hub that we've been working on as well. That's basically allowing us to kind of have the full ecosystem. So it's like a marketplace where, after you as a developer, you've used the notebook to build the AI agent, you're going to publish that agent on this, in this AI Agent Hub, in this marketplace, and then the API would lie on chain on Nimble chain, which is Cosmos power, powered by the Cosmos SDK. And once that's done, and we aim to kind of do that by the end of Q4, then we can start, expanding the ecosystem, not just building it. So these are the main plans for Nimble. In terms of events, we're going to be at DEF CON, but we have our community AMAs that we're going to show more on this topic, and we're also planning an AI hackathon. So definitely want to chat with Asa more on this, and then any other partners that want to jump on board for it. So yeah, super exciting updates on our front in the next few months. So stay tuned.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Alex, for letting us know about some upcoming plans from Nimble. And here's a question to Jennifer. How does Hashi Global assess the potential of AI startups when deciding on, for example, like partnerships, collaborations, or investment? Thank you.
Okay, I think this is a question for HP Capital, but they're not here today. But as far as I'm concerned, so when they first run the assessment of the AI project, definitely they're gonna compare with, the same project that among the market as well. So you need to have your own, like exclusive for your own like a technology that nobody else can achieve. So I think this is one thing that they're gonna be leverage. And also the other part of that, they're gonna like see the potential into the team, the background of the team members as well. I think this is something that they might be looking at, and they like to work with the people with like a really good reputation. And also they do like they like to investing in young generations as well, like if anything that's innovative and not having such a thing in the market before, this is something they definitely would like to, like to see, see whether they have a potential to invest in. I think this is some sort of the logic that when they assess the project. But I'm not from Kashki Capital, so I cannot on behalf of them to answer the question like what kind of project they definitely will spend the money in and what kind of project they're not going to be considered. So I think it's really individual. So, but we do would love to, like if you have any like good project in the market, you can always just introduce to me, and then I can set up a meeting with you and Capital so we can see like how they work. All right.
Totally understand. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for answering the questions. And yeah, friends, you could yeah, of course, I think the our audience is so difficult for them to actually be able to communicate with people from um the investment team, right, from Hashkey. So that's why, yeah, they posting the questions over here. And also to Asa, how does IO.NET handle scalability as demand for AI computation increases? Thank you.
Scalability. Yeah, that would be a beautiful question, like a beautiful problem to have. Like we would love to have more demand than we can handle. Um, so I wouldn't say that's like a huge problem because back in April or May, thanks to the community enthusiasm, right? We used to have hundreds of thousands of cards on the network at the same time because people were so crazed about the token launch, and they added a lot of cards to the network. So that effectively performed as a stress testing for the network. We have run through so much trouble, and people, like what Jennifer said, people were talking bad things about us back then because it was indeed unstable and there has been some scalability problems. But that has been in the past, and I believe the platform is so much more stable right now than it was 3-4 months ago. Yeah. So, but until we get there, until we get to like hundreds of thousands of cards again, that would be a great problem to have.
Of course, right? Good problem to have is that wow, huge demand, and which also means that Web3 is definitely the AI and Web3 space is definitely booming, right? Thank you so much. And we also like to go over to Alex. Okay, ask about Nimble. What motivated Nimble to partner with IONET, and what unique advantages do you believe decentralized GPU network offer to AI startups? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was the clear choice in this regard, right? As Asa mentioned, they're number one in terms of decentralized compute in the space. So being able to have access to a lot more GPUs on demand is something that what reduces cost, increases scalability, increases stability itself, and what was the second part of the question online?
Okay, the second part of the question, let me go over it again. Talk about uh, okay, let me check. Yeah, because there are so many comments. So I'm also trying to going over here. Okay, so over here. What unique advantages do you believe decentralized GPU network offer to AI startups? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it solves one of the primary challenges in this space, which is if you're a small startup, you have two big challenges. One, you need data, and two, you need computing power. And both of them are hard to find without a massive additional investment. Imagine you need a server farm for the compute power to be yours and to be able to have a good enough output, right? That would generate large, models and reliable ones, in particular. And so the decentralized computing networks do solve this specific problem. I believe even we were talking to Nick from Oasis the other day, and he was mentioning that even OpenAI is struggling right now in terms of having these massive server farms that are not coping with the demand for computing power. So they're decentralized. They decentralize their GPU networks as well. Still in a centralized way, but I think the future still leads in that direction. A lot more than we think.
Nice. Thank you so much, Alex. Yeah, we are close to wrap up our session over here. And I know Jennifer already told me that, well, she has more plans for today, right? So we definitely will wrap up our session before. Yeah, not before too long. So, how about let's ask each of our speakers some other, like, some plans that you would like to grow your project for the coming year, because yeah, we talk about Q4 plan, right? But of course the new year is just around the corner. How about let's go over to Asa. What's the plan for io.net in 2025 that we could expect to? Thank you.
It's just changing so fast, right? Like we don't even know what market to expect in 25. Hopefully, it's a bull market. Yeah. What I guess like the answer I could give is we will continue to focus on the base, like on the main customer base of IONET, Web2 or like AI customers, regardless of the crypto cycle. That's like the long-term survival strategy of the network. We will continue to try to drive the stable cash flows into the network, regardless of wherever the token price goes. If the token price goes up, that's great. That gives us more financial stability and like power to do more marketing and stuff. If it goes down, we will continue just like serve our core clients and survive through whatever crypto winter that will be. Yeah, I guess that's like as much certainty as we can possibly get in the crypto space, right?
Right. And with right now, it feels like the bull cycle is coming back, right? And well, a lot of people actually also expect maybe in 2025 we're going to have another bull run come back. We don't know yet because everything could happen. But well, let's hope for the best. Thank you so much, Asa, for joining us today. And following that, we also like to invite Alex, the head of marketing at Nimble, to also talk about what's Nimble's plan for next year. Thank you.
Yeah, wow, next year it does feel like 10 years away. But once we deploy like the core tooling, right, which is the notebook, the hub, so the ecosystem is ready, then our aim is to actually go in a more Web 2.5 direction. And what I say about that is to cater to Web 2 AI startups as well. Help them with increasing their inferencing speeds, for example. Help them with providing that specific tooling and that decentralized computing. So it's not just going to be the Web3 side of things, but we want to also target like the massive AI market that is still in the web, non-Web3 space. That's kind of the main plan. As for marketing campaigns and growth itself, continue to do comms, continue to do like demos. We're going to accelerate on the demo side of things. We're going to have a lot more hackathons. We just want a lot more developers to start building agents on the platform, and then take care of the monetization side of things. Kind of like back when I used to work at Uber, right? The business is still like a chicken and egg. in the sense that you have the cars and the drivers, the demand, the supply side of things, and then you have the riders, the demand side of things. The riders have the money, right? They fund the business, so to speak. But if you have no driver, there is no business. Uh, and then so there's a careful threading of how you build the driver side of things, like the supply side in this case. Having more developers on board, having more AI agents on the platform, um, and then kind of look at the demand side and grow that, slowly but surely in terms of the demand for these AI agents. So yeah, it's definitely dual purpose growth, but I think we're gonna do it just fine. So yeah, that's what we're excited about.
Thank you so much, Alex, for sharing some exciting, yeah, expectations with us. And of course, we would like to go over to Jennifer, our VP at Hash Global. What will Hash Global do for 2025? It's coming soon. Thank you.
Expand. We're gonna take down the world. I think this is what we're gonna do in 2025 because we see the bull market in 2025 as well. So we need to get ready for this. So as I mentioned before, we definitely need to get the product, the feature and the user experience. We're gonna make it to perfect. I know it's not perfect now, but just give us some time, 3 months time. We're gonna give you a brand new app. Okay, so the users trade on our platform, they're gonna have exactly the same the experience that they're trading on other platform or even better. So this is something that we would like to guarantee. So you guys have my word.
That is just amazing. Thank you so much, Jennifer. We definitely like to see Hash Global expand to everywhere. Yeah, a lot of more places around the world since it has the name global in it, right? And once again, we would like to thank you again so much to all of our guest speakers, Jennifer, Asa, Alex, for joining us today and sharing valuable insights with us. And of course, a big shout out to all of our audience for tuning and asking such thoughtful questions. I also see that some people ask if this is a recorded space. Yes, it's recorded, and soon the replay will be available on Twitter or X. And also, actually, we are live streaming on Binance Live as well. And currently, we have over, let me see, 1,400 live views over there. That's a great number. Thanks to everyone for supporting the Hash Global Space event. We have this event quite often, so be sure to follow Hashkey Global and follow io.net as well as Nimble so you will not miss any additional information. And until next time, stay tuned. Stay